When you see this friendly little figure perched above the Maison Blanche building on Canal Street, you know that Christmas time is near. He is Mr. Bingle, a Christmas tradition unique to New Orleans. For many years, Mr. Bingle was a center attraction for magical window shows that captivated this city. And in the early days of local television, his playful personality made him a natural star. Let's take a closer look at this lovable snowman and see how he came to life here in New Orleans. Returning from a Chicago convention in 1947, Emile Aline, display manager for Maison Blanche, decided to create a Christmas character for the store's holiday promotion.
Now, when I got back to the store, I started designing different little characters, and I came up with this one. I wanted it to appeal to kids. I wanted to be flexible, that we can time in with all kind of displays.
An employee contest was held to select a name for the snowman. Store president Mr. Herbert Schwartz suggested a name with the initials MB that rhymed with Kris Kringle, Mr. Bingle. Two basic elements were there, a cute character and a catchy name, but something else was needed to bring Mr. Bingle to life.
Hello, everybody, hello, I'm back with
That something was puppeteer Ernest Oscar Eisentraut.
In a shop like this, Oscar created the marionette figures used in the Christmas shows. He came to Maison Blanche as an experienced puppeteer, having performed in supper clubs, burlesque houses, and with the famed Zazari's marionette troupe. His experience with the Zazari's troupe included staging puppet shows in department store windows. Now, my puppetry skills grew from working with Oscar as an apprentice. We put together each performance like an ice show with beauty, music, wonder, and a lot of fun. Oscar would carve the wooden puppet heads, sew the costumes, and design the backgrounds. He even wrote the scripts, selected the music, and of course, was the voice of Bingle.
Between puppet performances, complex automated figures held the audience's attention. Elves hammered toys, hoops revolved, and pixies flew through the air. Many props were not manufactured in the U.S., so Aline would travel to Germany to purchase the mechanical pieces. These window shows were very popular, and New Orleanians each year anticipated Mr. Bingle's arrival on Canal Street as much as they did Santa's. By 1948, the snowman was so popular that Maison Blanche decided to test Mr. Bingle on the latest invention, television. For 5 minutes each afternoon, his childlike personality came directly into our homes. We discovered that Santa's #1 helper was a prankster, always ready to play tricks on people who weren't in the Christmas spirit, like mean old Mr. Scrooge.
On a cue, I came in, and my lines were usually something that led up to me getting hit in the face with a pie. And I always got hit with a pie 3 times a week during the Christmas season.
The excitement of live television added to the magic of the shows with local actors working as puppeteers. There were a lot of surprises.
I would say every time we did one, there were surprises. I would truly say that because toys had to manipulate accurately, and of course it was all a promotion for Maison Blanche and the toy department, and they always had some animated toys, and they had to operate on cue with us. Either little mock explosions or runaway trains and things like that.
But Mr. Bingle went beyond his original duty to promote Maison Blanche. He touched the hearts of both children and adults. During the Christmas season, Oscar would take the show on the road, visiting children in hospitals, the Cerebral Palsy Center, Kingsley House, and many others. These visits were magical for Oscar, and they demonstrated Mr. Bingle's true Christmas spirit. Times have changed. New Orleans department stores have spread out to the suburbs, and Canal Street no longer hosts lavish window shows. Television is more sophisticated, and viewers have grown accustomed to its magic. Oscar died in 1985, taking the voice and much of the personality of Bingle with him. But the spirit of Mr. Bingle lingers in the memories of New Orleanians who grew up with the lovable little snowman, and is handed down from generation to generation each December when Mr. Bingle comes to town.